My name's Terry Ray, and I live in Boulder, Colorado. Been in sensory awareness since 1975 with Charlotte Selver, and I practiced with her for about 20 to 25 years. I also teach insight meditation and lead classes and retreats, and I'm a psychotherapist. And I have a book called Embodied Presence, a spiritual memoir, and that is available for free on my website in PDF form. So why don't we just start? I'm feeling a little bit uncertain, as most people are right now. So maybe let's just, if you'd like to, close your eyes, but you don't need to. And wherever you are right now, whatever thoughts and emotions are arising, just kind of let them be here. And see if there's a way of coming to just a little bit more quiet. So underneath whatever's happening, mental chatter, our fears, our restlessness, our irritation, there's a quality of being that is just simple and open and present and alive. And it's always here. And it's not something that we superimpose over how we are, but it's something that we can open to just in this simplicity of stopping, being present. So if there are worries, if there are fears, or maybe some uncertainty or groundlessness, whatever it is, we can begin to notice how we are in ourselves and drop down into this physicality that we are. We might notice what we're aware of in our shoulders. Or maybe some little tightening or squeezing in our jaw. Or some clenching or pressing our eyelids. Just noticing right now what's in us, what we can wake up to inside. So I just arrived home in Boulder. I was visiting my son. We were there we were trapped there, and we decided to make a run for it and came back this week. And something really interesting here is that at 8 o'clock in the evening, people go outside or open their doors, and just from like 8 to 8:05, they do what's called the Boulder Howl. And people are howling in appreciation of the healthcare workers are all the people that are putting themselves at risk. So last night, I howled with them, and then I stopped and I listened to all the voices, all the people howling, all over the city. And what came up for me is that today, in this session, I would like to work with waking up in our hearing to what we hear. So you can do this with your eyes open or closed. You can do this standing or sitting or lying down, whatever feels right for you. Just come into how you are now and start by feeling your ears. Just sensing how your ears feel. And begin to notice how deep you can feel your ears inside your head. So feeling into the roots of your ears. And maybe I see some people, we can all bring our hands up and begin to explore this region with our fingers, this cartilage. And find out how it is in this part of us, how we are in our ears. And would you feel how awake and alive you feel in this place? What is it to have ears? If you'd like to just very gently pull on your ears. How deep are you in your ears? And begin to notice what sounds are around you in your space. And also the sound of my voice, just noticing how it arises and passes. So begin to open to sound. And for now, instead of listening for the meaning of the sound, begin to open to the sound of the sound. So sound waves travel into our ears, into the ear canal, into the eardrum, and there's a vibration. And sometimes we can even feel the vibration of sound. Can you get curious about the touch of sound and how this vibration touches you? So before the auditory nerves are activated and carry an electrical signal to the brain and brain interprets it, gives it meaning. But before all that, there's just the energetics and the vibration of sound. What does it feel like in you? How does the sound penetrate or vibrate inside your head? And could we open as well to the silence? The silence between sound. We know that, was it Simon and Garfunkel wrote this song, The Sound of Silence. What does silence sound like? And with the sound of my words, are you doing anything extra to try to hear or understand? Or does the sound just come into you? Can you notice inside your response, what response there is to sound? And how that changes with silence. Perhaps make your hands into little cups that cover your ears, that hold out some sound, but not all the sound. How does this affect hearing? Can you feel the roots of your ears with your hands over your ears? Is there any place inside your ears that feels like it's holding, that it's constricted? So maybe with your hands over your ears, could you begin to hum a little bit? Any kind of tune. And while you're humming, there's hearing, and there's another component of energy that you can feel, or vibration. So what does it feel like in your throat as sound comes out? And where do you feel, other than your throat, this vibration of sound? How does it feel in your ears? Explore this. Can you feel the vibration in your feet of sound? So let your hands come wherever you would like to feel how the sound feels in you. Maybe bring your hand, one hand or both hands, to the place that you feel sound the most. And now explore moving your hands, coming to any place else where you don't feel sound so much. And would you know how does the breath relate to sound? And what tightenings or constrictions are necessary inside to produce this? So continue to explore with your hands and allow this vibration to move through you. Is there any sense of this in the back of your head, perhaps at the base of your skull? Finding out for yourself what this is inside of you. This, we make sound, how we make it, and how it works in us. What is the connection? Can you feel a connection between your ears and your throat? And at any time you'd like to rest, just stop. Is there anything in you that's changed, that's shifted? And is there any residue of producing sound now in your head or your throat or anywhere in you? And since we're all muted, I'd like to try something else. I'd like for us to try speaking and saying the first syllable of our first name. Te, 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 te. And feel what happens in the shape of your mouth and in breathing with this. Te, te. How do you create sound? And if you'd like, would you say your name out loud and bring a lot of attention to how you do this? Terry, Terry. How your lips do this. Can you feel how sitting feels right now? Is there any sense of your weight coming down? And the simplicity of your existence. Your existence as mass and weight in relationship to the earth. Could you feel how much space there is in your shoulders? And if there's wants to be more space in there, perhaps begin to notice how much space there is inside your head. And what, if anything, feels different after sounding. And then once again, if you feel like you'd like to, would you say your name out loud? You can say it more than once if you'd like. And as the sound comes out, are you still in connection with the floor? Do you make extra effort? Perhaps once again, you could begin to hum with or without bringing your hands someplace on you. And would you feel if the humming goes throughout, or if it's limited to one place in you, without judgment? And I'm wondering how little effort you can, or actually maybe how much effort it takes to hum, or how little effort you can expend in this. And would you explore the difference in the sound, just what effect it has when it stops and the sound becomes silence? So once again, bring your hands up to your ears. And this part is a little bit trickier because you won't hear me. So I'll give instruction first, but bring your hand to the little flap, the little bump that comes out in front, the little cartilage. And we're going to press and hold, just like you're going to be closing your eyelids. You're going to close this little flap over your ears and release, and close and release. And try this, listening to the sounds inside your head. And at some point, come out if you want to listen to anything else that I'm saying. Noticing the sound with your ears closed. And how this closing influences you. So I'd like for you to pay attention more to the vibration of sound than the meaning of sound. So without even trying to understand the words that I'm saying, trusting that you can get any information that you need, just to feel how these words land in you, what effect they may have or not. And I'll read a very short little saying, which you don't have to pay attention to. This is from D.H. Lawrence. But listen to the energetics without paying attention to the words and the meaning of them. Vitally, the human race is dying. It's like a great uprooted tree with its roots in the air. We must plant ourselves again in the universe. Vitally, the human race is dying. It's like a great uprooted tree with its roots in the air. We must plant ourselves again in the universe. So with your eyes closed, can you feel how deep your eyes are in your head? Perhaps, if you'd like, bring your hands up to press into the bony ridge of your skull around your eyes, just to wake up in this area. Are your eyes in any way connected to sound? Perhaps we lie down for a moment. You're welcome to continue to sit up if it's too hard, but I want just to feel like you can come down a little bit closer to the earth. So that there's a possibility of feeling more that you're being held. That there is something reliable underneath that supports you. And would you feel in you if there are places that might release a little bit more deeply? That can come a little bit more full into lying, into letting go. So that any work that is going on in your shoulders might release. Or anything extra in your belly could come to more ease, perhaps. Is there a fullness in lying? A fullness in your legs? In your arms? Is there anything in you that's not able to give itself completely to resting? So whether you know it or not, or feel it or not, we are giving our weight to the floor, to what's underneath us. And would you notice if you can feel if you're giving the weight of your lips, if you're giving the weight of your jaw to gravity? The weight of your arms? And the weight of your eyes? Maybe there's some weight to sound. Begin to move a little closer to the breath. And perhaps notice this miracle of it arising on its own. This miracle that it keeps us alive, altering itself, always with us. Can you enter into the breath even more fully? Is there anything happening other than the breath that's extra right now? But I was wanting to see if we could maybe end, if you're brave enough, with a little howl. Everybody.
Can't hear you, Terry.